Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, and the Oscars are coming up this weekend, and no one cares. No one cares. No one cares at all. Now it's a joke. The Oscars at this point are considered a joke. They should literally just pack it up for the year, give out the awards in private, and go on about their business while they can reboot and come back in, let's say, 3 years. Give it a couple years. This controversy surrounding the Oscars is so bad, no one wants to host it. No one wants to host it. Yeah, there's a theory that Whoopi Goldberg, because she hasn't been on The View all week, is currently in Los Angeles and working on trying to host the Oscars. You know, they're trying to bring in a whole bunch of new people. I think we're going to get the first Star Wars trailer this weekend as a result of that. I think a lot of things are going to happen because ABC is absolutely positively desperate. And I mean this, they are desperate to get people to watch, and I will prove it to you. Because this is a legitimate article on Variety that just popped up a little bit ago. ABC to launch Oscars Live play-along game with a $50,000 grand prize. The Oscars, the Academy Awards, the 91st Academy Awards are so afraid of poor viewership based upon the controversies that they themselves created, which is true, the problems that they themselves created based upon the Kevin Hart situation. And I'm even going to go back as the James Gunn situation, the Me Too movement. They are absolutely positively deathly afraid of making, of making the show because they know that people aren't going to watch it. It's been on a steady decrease for a number of years since Ellen hosted in 2014. They probably wanted to go to Ellen, but Ellen backed Kevin Hart. So they're definitely not going to want to bring that controversy in play. So what are they doing? They're offering up a $50,000 trivia game for people to tune in and hopefully win $50,000 by playing along. How sad is that? How absolutely, utterly sad is that? It's so pathetic. Now, it says here, ABC is hoping to drive viewers to its hostless telecast of the 91st Academy Awards on Sunday by dangling the promise of cold hard cash to one lucky winner. The broadcast is launching the official Oscar game, a live game that will let viewers play along in real time during the awards presentation. The game's interactive ballot will allow fans to earn points by predicting Oscar winners in each category and will also pose trivia questions with the top players entered into the $50,000 grand prize drawing. And you can sign up on Saturday and you must watch it live on Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. In order to play, players view points for correct Oscar predictions and trivia questions presented during the show, as well as participation in real-time polls. One winner will be randomly selected from a group among players with the most number of correct answers. The top point getters also will appear in the Oscars Top Game 100 leaderboard. You want to know why I say it's time to cancel the Oscars? This is why I say it's time to cancel the Oscars. I used to love the Oscars. 100% loved it. Loved it every year. I have friends in LA that every single year they throw Oscar parties. They put on suit tuxedos and dresses. They dress up. They go and they watch it. It's a big deal if you live in LA. I used to work for the flower shop that sold the flowers to the Oscars. They were the people that sold the flowers to the Oscars. I used to work for that company. Good company. Love those guys. But it's still a joke. It's absolutely positively just a joke at this point. And it's so telling. The ABC is so desperate for this. They're going to be bringing out Star Wars. I guarantee you, Disney's going to pop an Avengers trailer. They're going to pop a Star Wars teaser. They're going to do a whole bunch of shit because they're going to want to get you to come in. They're going to be going like, we got the cast of the Avengers coming up on the telecast, coming to watch the 91st Academy Awards. It's going to be this whole weird thing, and it's their own damn fault. It's literally their own damn fault. And this goes back a couple years, by the way. So to understand why, I'll give you a quick rundown. I think like 3 years ago, Jada Pinkett Smith and a bunch of other people on Twitter started the Oscar So White campaign, the hashtag, complaining that there weren't enough black directors or black actors nominated for awards and that it was mostly white people, which I understand that complaint. Diversity has always been kind of a problem in certain areas in Hollywood, and I get that. All right. So they started that. And then the next year they did it again. And the next year when they did it again, it caused enough of a stir because enough people were just like, oh, whoa. We can't be seen as being racist. So they decided to then bring in more people to the advisory board on the Oscars. They brought in more people. I think the lady running the Oscars like stepped down. They brought in another person to replace her. Those people wanted to find a way to open up the voting block in order to be able to get more people to come on in for a more diverse diverse take on these types of films, completely ignoring the fact that the Oscars are bought and paid for with money, right? So completely ignoring the root of the problem. They wanted to bring in more people to vote on different things. Cool. So they opted in, they brought in up to 6,000 new members, right? They brought in, or no, I think 6,000 is what it was. They brought in a lot more than that. And then they also basically started putting caps. If you were an Academy member who had not won an Oscar and had not acted in a long period of time, you were going to get cut. So the old stuffy people who worked, 30, 40 years ago that were still part of the Academy, were no longer allowed to vote because they were retired, which I guess makes sense. But at the same time, when this is a legacy aspect, this is a legacy thing, that kind of screws over people who put their time in years ago, all because the Oscars wanted to appear more diverse and more inclusive. And that blew up in their face. It blew up in their face when they couldn't get decent hosts. It blew up in their face when they brought in Kevin Hart, and then Twitter was all like, let me tell you about some jokes he said. And the Oscars are like, oh, sacre bleu. We cannot appear to be this type of bigoted. Let us get rid of Kevin Hart. For some reason, they have a French accent in this particular scenario. Kevin Hart apologizes after basically saying F you. He doesn't want to deal with it, which I don't blame him. And then they go from there, and they can't find a host. No one wants the job. No one's going to host it next year either. No one's going to host it next year either. The company that runs this, they are going to have such a problem getting people to watch. People aren't going to watch. They're just going to tune in on social media to see who wins, because all the other blogs and all the other people out there are going to be doing, Twitter threads or live stream updates, things like that. And then those people are going to watch that, because that's going to be more fun than watching a hostless Oscars. So yeah, that's basically what it is. That's what it's boiled down to at this point. The Oscars backed themselves into a corner, trying to be as full of social justice as humanly possible. And now they're trying to bribe people with the chance to win $50,000 in order to come in and watch it. Just cancel it. At this point, just cancel it. Be done with it. Move on with your life. Come back in a couple years. Get rid of the people, the powers that be. Bring back the old group, and not give in to social pressure. That should be the key here. Social pressure doesn't matter. The Oscars can't connect with Middle America anyway. No one there wants to watch it. Hell, you want to make sure the Oscars are big. You want to make sure the Oscars are well known. Get Roseanne to host it. That's all you got to do, and then you'll win. Anyway, if you guys made it this far in the video, do me a favor, type Oscars in the chat. Leave a thumbs up if you want. Subscribe if you're new. Definitely comment. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out. Hey, thank you so much for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. While you're here, feel free to check out that subscribe button. Help the channel out. Or you can watch any of the newest videos and make sure that you're caught up to date with what's going on in Hollywood and entertainment. So that way, when you're at work tomorrow, you can wow your friends with the information you learned from watching these videos. That's right. I said it. Subscribe.